Today is going to be a special episode for two reasons. One, we're doing it virtually for the first time. It's supposed to be a snow day in Atlanta. It's mostly just an ice day, but I didn't want to risk my friend coming here and potentially slipping on black ice. And a lot of people drive bumper to bumper in Atlanta, so I was afraid of other people more than his driving. Because you're from Buffalo, right?
Yeah, but
Uh,
I'm not trying to drive in it, regardless of where I'm from. We gonna just stay at the house today.
I feel that 100%. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely, I'm locked inside too. I don't want to move.
hmm
I got all my groceries,
Did the
supplies.
same.
Yeah, I'm having a happy, cozy day inside.
That's right.
And also it's going to be special because today is just going to be solely about music. Mayday here is going to be giving us the exclusive on his new album, Art and Attitude. It's just going to be giving us a breakdown for each track. So stay tuned in. If you want the exclusive, you got it here with A Parley and the A with Andre
Mhm.
Akeem. Let's get into it. Tell me about this album. Like, why now? It's been 3 years since your last single, Say the Word, which is also on this album. But why is now in 2026 the time you're releasing your debut album?
So I wanted to kind of reinvent, not necessarily reinvent. It was time now because I felt like I kept progressing and growing faster than I could put the tracks out. So there's a lot of things that I would create and I would fall out of love with it. But I have like a lot of songs that like don't make it or like didn't make the album or are just not going to make it to see the light of day in general. So finally, when I found things that sounded cohesive over the things that I created, I felt like it was time to actually put out a project. So yeah, it's a exciting time just because I finally get to have a debut album, even though I've been in the industry for such a long time. But this is like a
Hmm.
finally good, you know, opportunity for me to put out a like body of work. So yeah, I think it's great.
Okay, I hear you there.
hmm
And so do you think you're fully developed in your career to debut a project of music like this? Is that more what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yeah, I think so because so for me, I produce all of my own songs. You know what I'm saying? I write all of my own songs. And I definitely have grown, but I feel like it was the right time just because I kind of like found myself as an artist,
Mm.
found my sound, and really kind of stepped into that whole portion of myself versus before where I was still kind of learning. So there's a lot of things that I've grown, and I feel like this project is a good way to express that because of how dynamic it is, the variety. We have a collaboration there. Just all of the things set into place to where it was like now is the time to actually forward with releasing a debut.
I got you. So we've
hmm
talked about you as an artist and it's in the
hmm
perfect time, musically, sonically, and all those things. How has the past 3 years shaped this album? I know, even from relationship changes, I've seen you.
hmm
The difference has been dramatically different.
hmm
Originally, I would say a few years ago, you were in more of a toxic relationship. Now, obviously, you found the love of your life,
hmm
getting married to your soulmate. So, how has this shaped the album?
Well, so with love, like it's just different. I have always separated my artist self with my personal life, just because as an artist, I can tell my story and talk about a lot of things that are happening with me, but there's a lot of people who are going through similar things and also different things. So it's just, I've always been an artist to tell stories in general, not necessarily specifically about myself, but I have been inspired just because like my relationship now is with another artist. So it's like they
Mm,
understand exactly what the sacrifices take with just me as a musician and going through all the things I went through while trying to make it in this industry. Yeah, the album definitely sheds light on some stuff, but it also kind of highlights things of other people's stories. So I've been able to separate those two like entities, my personal life and my artist life, but I've also had the support to be able to kind of pursue what I really want to do without having to just remain domesticated or deal with toxic situations or feel like I have to write about that all the time. Just because,
mhm.
you need a variety. Nobody wants to hear somebody in heartbreak all day, every day. And nobody wants to hear
The
a full
girls
like
love
love
SZA.
album. I know,
The
but
girls
I'm
love
just
Summer Walker.
all I'm saying is you got to understand that even with artists like that, I promise you, every single song on their album is not their story. So they're still,
Hmm.
that's
Pulling from something else.
exactly, they're pulling from something else. Me and my experience of meeting a lot of people, some of these songs are about other people. So it's just like,
Okay.
and about personal people in my life. So it's just like, it's cool to be able to have that ability to hear a story and write from it.
One of them is low key about me, right?
That's true. One of
We'll
these
get
songs
into
is
that
about
when
you.
it comes up.
Not about, but your story, not my story.
I wouldn't say it's fully my story. It's
It's
loosely based.
inspired.
Yeah, inspired.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's what's up.
based off true events. How about that?
Yo, now I wouldn't say all that either. But
Okay,
okay.
okay. We'll let the people decide.
Um, but that's what's up. Honestly, I heard you mention that you're dating another artist now, and
Hmm.
it's easier to be an artist and
Hmm.
a creative because I understand that too. Being a creative, you just devoting so much time into your craft,
Hmm.
and sometimes your significant other they don't understand that.
Right,
So you feel like your husband definitely is supportive in
hundred
that
percent.
fact. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% supportive. Like, I mean, he knows, and the reason why I have to separate that portion of myself is because my relationship self is a lot softer. Therefore, you have to separate that because that personality wouldn't last long term in a relationship if I'm like that all the time. So sometimes I have to cut it on and off. That's just that.
I got you.
Hmm.
Let's talk about more on this album, you getting it done and everything like that. I know
Hmm.
you mentioned before it's broken up into two parts.
Hmm.
Can you explain the significance of that?
Yes. So my album has 11 tracks. The album is called Art and Attitude, and it's if you really were, for lack of a better word, it's broke up into a side A and side B like a record,
Hmm.
right? So the first six songs are the art side, and how I decided to go about doing that is the lyrics and the style of it and more so like the sound of it, like the production, is the more experimental portions of it in the first half of the album. So that's where the art comes from. So now, mind you, while some of these songs may have a little bit of personality and attitude, that really picks up in the second half of the album. So the tracks 7 through 11 are going to be more the attitude side. It's the more sonic sounds that have a little bit more punch. And so yeah, I wanted to break it up just because I felt like when I was doing the sequencing and putting these things together, that was just the mode to have the album flow just how I wanted it to flow. So yeah,
Hmm.
if you were buying it on vinyl, which yeah, we haven't talked about if I'm doing it or not, we'll see. It'll be a side that would be like the side A, side B.
Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna play a little bit of Birthday featuring Saint Doug.
And it feels so right, wrapped in your arms, holding me tight. Every moment spent with you is a gift that feels brand new. Tuesday was your birthday. I came through cause I ain't got plans. I kinda want you in the worst way. So celebrate with your number one fan. Tuesday is your birthday. I put it down like ooh we damn. Don't care about sounding cliche. I'm coming through like a verified stand.
Okay. We've actually talked about this record before on the previous
Mm-hmm.
episode you were
We
on
did.
earlier this season.
Mm-hmm.
But just reiterating kind of what we spoke about, like I mentioned to you before, it's a very more raunchy record by you.
Mm-hmm.
You usually play it safe, I guess. But so I like this side of you,
Mm-hmm.
that you're really coming into your full adulthood, which you are.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about like having this album play and you're gonna be playing it in front of your family and stuff, and you were
Yeah.
kind of worried, but I was saying that you're a fully grown adult and
Right.
your parents, I'm sure they understand that and they have to respect that. Are you more comfortable now since we've talked about that?
So it's funny, like it was really honestly because my grandmother's coming. That was like the
Hmm.
biggest thing, and
Right.
I was like seeing how it works. So I was texting my aunt about it. Like I was like, yeah, we got some spicy lyrics in here, so just in case to make sure it's okay. And apparently, my grandmother texted her said, I don't know what the problem is. I can hear some damn cussing. That's what she said.
And I quote.
So I said, okay, I think we good here. It's funny because it's like this is the first full project, and how I was explaining it, especially when it comes to like a premiere party.
Mhm.
Um, it's different for me because I'm a performer. So it's like when I'm just letting people sit there and listen to it. Like if I was up on stage, it's different because you're like it's the whole thing. You're distracted by everything. But when it's just like me sitting, watching people listening to the music and ingesting it for what it is, it's a little bit more nerve wracking. So I'm like wondering what people thinking about it and if it's too much for this audience or whatever. But like again, I am grown, so
Yeah.
I have to kind of get into that. And that song, it came out of nowhere. Like that song wasn't even necessarily one of the first picks off the album. It was one of the later picks. Um, I produced it after I had gotten a gift for Christmas. My husband bought me an iPad, and it had Logic on it. So I wanted to see how good it was at production, and I produced that song off my iPad, which I really really liked because it was cool. Like it was a very new way to do things. I wanted to
Hmm.
try something out. Once I produced it, I was like, I really love this record. Like,
Yeah.
so that's when I called my friend St. Doug, and I was like, Yo, I have this track because we were already working on something of his, and I was like, if you're interested, this is going to be a different song. I just heard, I don't know why, like the lyrics came in my head like immediately. I heard it and I was like, yeah, I can't hold back on this song. I got to kind of just go and say what I feel like I need to say on here. And yeah, it turned out to be a really, really good song. And then it just evolved into my love for the track. And I'm like, yeah, this has to
Hmm.
be the first song that has to open the album up.
Has to be
So,
the first song.
yeah, it's got to be
Okay.
the album opener. Gotta set this shit off right.
Okay. Going back to that, one, I feel like you have to embrace your adulthood. Artists
Mhm.
have done it and they've been doing it. Like this reminds me of Taylor Swift doing it recently.
Mhm.
Um, she's been using a lot more curse words. She
Mhm.
has a song on there even insinuating about Travis Kelce's low key, like
Oh,
on her
I
records.
hold on, wait.
So
Hold on, I didn't listen to this album.
yeah,
I guess I need to
yeah, you
listen
gotta
to
check out Wood.
it. Okay.
No,
You
check
know,
out Life of the Showgirl. Like this album is like she's embracing fully her
okay,
adulthood.
girl.
She's about to be
Come on,
married.
Taylor.
She's about to be married. So I
This is
feel
look, I'm married. I can talk about whatever I
if
want to.
anyone has a right to talk about sex, is a married
It's a
individual.
married individual.
So I want you to understand that. And even we've gotten through it with Beyonce when she
Hmm.
dropped Beyonce self-titled track.
That's true.
She
So,
came back so like I'm a grown woman. I'm gonna talk about having sex with my husband.
and
She taught
it's
us
funny.
what
So,
surfboarding was.
I
Like,
very much so was inspired by that album as well as
okay,
Jasmine Sullivan's Hotels. Like I was
okay.
inspired by those albums because it was odd for those artists to come out and curse and talk about these
Hmm.
things. It was just different. I'm at the age that they were when those
Yeah.
albums came
Because
out,
they were
and
such commercialized albums. You know what I mean? They could cross
and it's like I
over.
mean.
And so,
If you put Jasmine into a perspective, that's the album that she won her Grammys off of. So
mm,
it's like yes, I know it's a cliche thing to talk about, but at the end of the day, it's shit people want to
relatable
hear.
now.
It's
It's
shit people want to
relatable
hear.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like being
So
a commercial artist your whole life. It's like, let me try being raw and
yeah,
seeing what that does for me. And like you
exactly.
said, like a lot of people took to those albums and took to that body of work that all of those artists did. So
Right.
I
Because they want a
respect you
little
for doing
more.
this.
You want a little more from somebody. So
Yeah.
and that it
But it's good to
honestly
be a polished artist too. Like, don't get me
exactly.
wrong, but when fans can relate to your more raw side, I
Mhm.
think it translates better.
And those lyrics came to me organically. It's just the way that the track was created. Because a lot of times I will create the lyrics first, and then I create the track after. This one was the opposite.
Okay.
So when I heard it, it was just like the way I had put these things together, and made it especially like with the bass line kicking first. Like I felt like this the song needed some like real good lyrics or like some real spicy lyrics, just because like the track itself had so much personality in it
Hmm.
before you even get to the words. So it's like, yeah, it needs to kind of match.
Yeah.
So,
And from what I got from the track itself is sometimes the best thing you can give someone for their birthday is the gift of intimacy. So
hello,
uh,
hello.
I won't go too much into that. But
It's
I
not a whole lot of
really,
specifics.
and that's sometimes all they want. They're like, yo, I just. Want some good pipe.
Hello, let's
But
go.
yeah, like I honestly like when you the lyric itself, just one of the more spicier ones. It's just like
Hmm.
I ain't got no candle or no flame, but
Hmm.
you got that cake. I'm going insane. I was like, you know what? I can't wait till my birthday that comes up in a month, and I can play this record.
Use
I'm
that.
gonna just send it to somebody.
Use that lyric.
But
Use that lyric.
but no, I love it. I love it for you. It's a fun track. It's
Hmm.
upbeat. It really catches you right away. So
Hmm.
I
And
really
it's the
enjoyed
lead
it.
single off the album too. So just if everybody wants to know, it's the lead single off the album. Check out Birthday. It's out. It was out before the album. It's out now. Check out that song. It's like it's the album opener. You will not be disappointed. I promise you.
Yes, I will be honest with you, friend. I don't think you should open with this.
It's already done. It's done. It's
You
done.
know what I think you should open with, and we're gonna play it right now.
What song?
Your next track, Back to Me. We gonna play it right now. We gonna sit on it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire to feed in the cold. Trusted empty faces, did what I was told. Woke up in shadows, couldn't find my name. Smiling through the breakdown, hiding all the blame. Every wrong turn is a lesson in disguise. My demons taught me how to see it through the lights. Yeah, I'm getting back to me through the echoes and the breeze. Stripped it down to what is real. Learning how to find that feel. Darkness taught me how to see. Now I walk with quiet peace. I'm getting back to me. Back to who I'm meant to be.
All right. But I mean, listening to it,
Hmm.
you don't hear why it should be number one.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna explain it to you then, in
Okay.
my opinion.
Let me know.
Okay, one, I believe the flow of your album, it just works better as it tells the story and the narrative of what I believe you're trying to get across. What I believe is the narrative is you're leaving a toxic period in your life, a toxic situation, a dark period, and this I I feel as though that this resonates with that in the beginning of your story and that you're trying to tell through this album. And then you go into you're finding new love, you're trying to date again, you're trying to be vulnerable, and then later in the album you found that love and
Mhm.
you know you're back to who you were and it's more of a lively life again. Also you're still having complications, but
Mhm.
you've learned through those past experience in that past toxic situation how to navigate relationships better. And
Mhm.
so I think you shoot the gun a little bit with birthday because I believe that's when you're in a period where you're dating again and you're having fun again. But I feel like the beginning of the album should reflect you coming out of that dark period in your life and you're leaving that toxic situation alone. And that does it for me with Back to Me.
So, okay. That's first of all, that's really insightful, which I appreciate that.
Oh,
Right? No,
I
I do.
appreciate. All
I
right.
do. I think it's very insightful. If you want to know about the sequencing portion of it,
Mhm.
there's a lot that goes into that, right?
Yeah, I understand that.
And so the thing is, what I have to take into consideration when I do that too is not only just story progression, but the decision of like where people's emotions are gonna live. Like also sonically. So like for instance, I would never put my favorite song first, ever, ever, ever. And if people want to know, like with Back to Me, this is my favorite song
That's
on
your
the album.
favorite song?
Favorite song on the
Okay, I
album.
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's my favorite song. So it's like I definitely the reason why Birthday I felt like was a good entrance because I just think about it if I was like at a concert, right?
Hmm.
And I need something to bump, right? And I need the curtains to open. You know what I'm saying? The intro to that song to me gives me that. And yes, the storyline wise, it kind of does progress in the way because back to me, I mean, excuse me, birthday is very single-minded, immature-esque way of thinking, right?
There.
Back to me kind of progresses into a different situation, but I wanted it early in the album just because I wanted to give, like my all to the beginning. So of it. Back to me, it's kind of an introduction, almost like if you have a title or like a show and then you have the theme song,
Hmm.
right? And then you get into the meat of what actually starts when the episode starts. That's kind of what Back to Me is.
So Birthday is the
It's like the
theme
theme
song
song,
of it
correct?
represents the whole album, you believe?
I don't think it represents the whole album, but I think it's a good opener because you want your theme song to be the opener, right? Doesn't necessarily tie
Okay.
everything together, but is like what people are going to hear first, what they're going to remember. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the first and your beginning and your ending mean a lot. So what I wanted
Okay.
back to me, which is why Back to Me isn't a single, because if I wanted it to tell a story big like that, I would have released it as a single, but I want people
Yeah.
to ingest it in the album.
Yeah, you
So
need context to that song, I believe.
correct.
So
So
okay, I respect this is your body of work, so I respect
mhm.
you,
Yeah.
and how you're aligning it and everything
Hmm.
like that. So let's just break down the track then.
Okay.
But I do like the track, like you said. I'm happy to know it's one of your favorite tracks because I
Hmm.
really enjoy it as well. And once again, it's music. I love music when I can relate to it and
Hmm.
resonate with it. So for me, it was just telling the story of, yeah, you're getting back to yourself. And I
Hmm.
remember coming out of a situation where it was a long-term relationship, and I was
Hmm.
really feeling as though I had lost who I was and
Hmm.
all the good attributes and about myself.
Right.
I didn't know what those were. And I
Hmm.
remember hanging out with a group of friends, and it was some new friends I was getting to know. And one of them just, casually said, "Andre, you're funny." And I didn't tell them this at the time, but honestly, when I was driving home, like that really made me feel away. Like I really got in my feelings because I forgot about the redeeming qualities I had about myself, for real,
Right.
for real. And so it was all I could think about coming out of my relationship was all the bad things that was me. Like,
Hmm.
I couldn't do anything right in the relationship, I felt like. And so that translated to me being a person that isn't that has no good qualities about themselves.
Hmm.
And so when I heard that friend say that, and it just really like it encouraged me in my singlehood
Hmm.
that I need to start creating a world for myself where I can showcase, these great qualities I had about myself because my world was made up of that person's world. Their
Right.
friends had become my friends, so I didn't have a real group of my own, and
Hmm.
so I forgot how to just be myself. So that's what I thought back to me was that's how
It's
it
very,
resonated with me.
very much so that one of the only songs, not one of the, well, there's a few, but one of the songs that's actually about myself, like in my
Okay.
life, right? That I wrote specifically for me after coming through a rough period, a recent rough period. It's just like of discovering, myself and really having to sit into the things of just things that are very new to me. There was a
Mhm.
lot of things, a lot of life changing things that occurred. And it's good to be able to like look back at it and be like, all right, cool. Now you got to really get into yourself. So it's like knowing what I have been through in the past like 5, 6 years. That song meant a lot to me.
I bet it did because we've
And
shared some of those things together. So
yes. So it's very big, and I created it sonically because it's like it's a sound that I want to go into more and I want to experiment with that sound more.
hmm
So it represents my growth as an artist, my future as an artist, my writing ability, and just like taking on so much and just becoming that. So that song to me is the epitome of like why I did this album, and like just being able to represent that. So I hope that song resonates with a lot of people because it's like the most precious track on the album to me. But I love the fact that it just comes right after the intro.
Okay.
Because
Mm.
that's what it's funny. Like I listened to Birthday so much because it was a single and everything too. But like a lot of times when I go back and listen to my music, I usually start with Back to Me. That's like always the song I start with, even if I put my album on shuffle.
See, you want to
Um,
start with it, huh? I know. I
I
know.
start with it, but you gotta look. You
Let the
can't just
others
start.
start with it too.
You can't just jump into things. There has to be an intro. So just
Okay.
know that. So
All right.
everything has its distinct purpose.
I think this has nothing to do with you. You go to your closet and you select, I don't know, that lumpy blue sweater, for instance, because you're trying to tell the world that you take yourself too seriously to care about what you put on your back. But what you don't know is that that sweater is not just blue, it's not turquoise, it's not lapis, it's actually cerulean. And you're also blithely unaware of the fact that in 2002, Oscar de la Renta did a collection of cerulean gowns, and it filtered down through the department stores and then trickled on down into some tragic casual corner where you no doubt fished it out of some clearance bin. However, that blue represents millions of dollars and countless jobs. And it's sort of comical how you think that you've made a choice that exempts you from the fashion industry when in fact you're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room.
But I understand exactly why you said that. So that's why I was like, it's insightful. But at the end of the day, I think it needs to come after something else. Like I would never start with that song for that reason, just
Hmm.
because it's like I want people to have something to look forward to. So that's why I put that. That's why I placed that song second.
I got you. I understand. I understand. Thank you for sharing that. Now I
Of course.
understand more. It's yeah.
Hmm.
All right. We get into Sorry after that.
Sorry. Yes.
And it's very I don't it's very fun because I feel
Hmm.
like the last two songs, like you said, they're very impactful, you know?
Hmm.
And so we get to Sorry and it's very light, but you still spend
Hmm.
some real, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
It's a little
uh
superficial,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, but it also is. It's a fun song, but it's like I gave some things for people to think about. So
Yeah, because
yeah.
at the same time, you're moving through the world, like I think
Hmm.
there's a part where you say it's a breeze driving without you, and like
Hmm.
this weight off your shoulders. So it's a
Hmm.
breeze just driving. I could picture myself driving through the city,
Hmm.
windows down, sunroof open, whatever, and
Exactly.
it's a breeze. Like
Yeah.
I can go where I want to. I can stay out how late I want to stay out.
Exactly.
But you're still feeling remorseful at the same time. And I think we
Hmm.
all go through that when we break up, with
Hmm.
someone in a relationship.
Hmm.
It's, even though this could have been the most toxic thing in the world,
Hmm.
you still feel sorry for this other person and you're wondering how they're doing after all of this. And
Hmm.
so I really also again resonated with this track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel the same way that you still was remorseful about the person you had left during this time?
Not necessarily, but so this song was interesting because yes, it was another song that's also about me, and it was coming out of my other previous relationship. There were things that I say in there, like there's a couple lines in the bridge
Hmm.
where that was like really um, you know a big deal for me. Like when I was writing it, I was like it was really
Can't believe that I
expensive.
waited. Situation so
Well,
jaded. Is that part?
that that's
Is
that's
that a,
that's the
is
hook.
that a,
The hook, yeah.
oh, okay. Is that
The hook.
that's is that a key change too? I'm trying to understand music
It's
better.
a mode change. This isn't a
A
key change.
mode
Yeah,
change.
yeah, mode
Interesting.
change. So
Okay.
that's why, because this song so is very very R&B rock esque. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So I wanted to add some rock elements to it. Had some great guitar players on that
Yes.
song,
Hmm.
and it was pretty cool because like I was very inspired to write something a little shady, write something very like I was inspired by. I think when I was writing this song, I was thinking Bruno Mars, right? I was
Okay.
thinking I was thinking about like that sound and how that's there. So there's a lot of electronic stuff too, but I wanted to kind of spit my almost wanted to sing like a rapper kind of, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So this was very big, but I thought the guitar and the rock kind of really expressed the attitude of the song and really
Yeah.
it kind of
That's what I was
pushed
gonna say. I
the
like
limit.
this like electric guitar in there. Like once you have
Yeah.
that mode change.
Yeah. So
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 what are
yeah.
you what part are you talking about with the bridge? exactly.
It's the part that kind of slows down, right? At the
Okay.
end. So the lyric starts with "Sorry, my bad, if I'm making you sad," right? Because it's
Okay.
basically that is the where I feel like you were speaking
Mm.
on the remorseful portion of it. It's like
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
trying to be this, but I don't. I'm not. I don't really.
I'm unapologetic about
I'm
it as well.
unapologetic about it. I don't want it to make you feel bad, but if it
Hmm.
does, it's not really my problem. That's kind of how it is, right? So I want to say, and there's a God damn, I'm forget my own damn lyrics, but it says thanks for the time, special moments in mind. Like I want to say, yeah, we had good times, but
Hmm.
the time that time is up now. We're done.
Right.
So that's what the lyrics are going for, and it kind of bridges back into the kind of more confident, cocky part of the song. So there's a little softness in there, and that's why I kind of made that part a little soft. Yeah, but yeah, I was very much so thinking like pop rock, like R&B rock esque type vibe with this. But yeah, I wanted to talk like this song for the reason. So
It showcased everything you were trying
hmm
to put across. So you did a
hmm
good job with that.
thank you.
All right. Next up, we have another more upbeat song, and that's "We
hmm
Are."
hmm
I thought the song was really cute. What about
Okay,
you?
I like this song too. I like because this song has the format doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like when I did it, I was doing the song breaks up into modes, so it kind of splits and kind of changes the vibe. So it kind of does like a whole like Drake thing, like where he like completely changes the song vibe at the end.
Hmm.
But yeah, the beginning I kind of wanted to sound like almost like a sitcom. If that makes any sense. Like
Okay.
like how it sounded. Like it has a very interesting sound, and the format doesn't necessarily make any sense. It's not really a bridge to it, so I don't know. It just kind of it's a weird format, and that's why I like the song.
Yeah, definitely.
hmm
Like you're saying, the beginning of it's more, I guess, sitcom-y,
hmm
more, I don't know, Happy Days essentially,
hmm
or King of
Yeah.
Queens type. It's very, yeah, very much more upbeat. It's
hmm
fun. Like I said, it's cute.
hmm
And then it kind of gets dark towards the end, or more moody, I
hmm
would say.
Exactly.
Okay. And then the story of it is telling that you can definitely see like you're moving on, but you want to make sure things are casual.
hmm
You're very scared about things being vulnerable with people and
hmm
giving up your heart is more or less what you say in the song itself.
hmm Yeah, I kind of it's the song is about setting boundaries. Even though people like to do things that are not necessarily um, conducive of a boundary, if it makes any sense. But at least it's clear, like what you established from the jump. And that's what it says, like the portion of the song that says, I made it clear from the get-go. Like, we talked about what this is, even though this might be somewhat complicated, like we're not moving past just the superficial portion of this relationship. So that's kind of what the song is about.
I got you.
hmm
Okay. But I like that song. And then we move on to one of my favorites.
hmm
Uh, I would say it actually is my favorite on the song.
Let's see what's next.
Say the word.
Oh yeah,
How do you
I
not
had
know
to
your
remember. I had to remember what was next. I was like, wait, what? Oh yeah, say the word. Yes, I love that song so much.
Yes, I
hmm
love it too.
hmm
It's because it's for the hopeless romantics out there. If
hmm
you love music where it's all about it's lovey-dovey and
hmm
it's a good feel good song, it's
hmm
definitely one of those type of songs.
hmm
It's definitely the transition from you coming out of that toxic situation, like I said, and now you're casually having flings with people, but then it goes into this mode of say the word and I'm willing to take it there with you and I'm willing to be all those things you want.
hmm
You ready to jump back into a relationship, it seems in this
hmm
song.
Yeah, this song is like like on the fence, like somebody on the fence. Like it's saying, "I'll disappear if that's what you want," but clearly I'm trying to make everything work. Like that's this song is a lot about it. It's about like complication, but trying to work through stuff, and the song is kind of like somebody basically like let's just say if you're in a relationship and things are not necessarily 100% copacetic and you kind of like these are like your own personal thoughts and your own personal sanctuary like while you're thinking so that's kind of how I wanted it to sound sonically, I wanted it to be very big on that portion of it. Like I wanted to be very like heavy in the think piece. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of where I really wanted this song to sit.
Like you
Um,
thinking it's like you speaking out loud what's being mentioned in your head, basically.
yeah, like like some people like you work out what you're gonna say to your partner before
Okay.
you say it. That's kind of what this song is. It's kind of that whole thing. So it sounds very dreamy. It sounds very, like it's like almost like it's in your head. So that conversation is saying like even the first line of the song is repeated. Like it's saying like, oh, okay, so the stuff that we argue about or like the things that you say, people say things that they don't mean in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
I want you to say it to me again so I can figure out if I need to make my decision. Like it's that's what it is, but it's like saying I want your love. I want all this to work, but I don't want to guess on how this is supposed to go anymore. Like that's what
Yeah.
it's
That's what
about.
I thought in this song as well,
Mm-hmm.
that there's a gray area or if
Mm-hmm.
there's some uncertainty that's going
It
on
is.
with this
Mm-hmm.
type of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're on the cuffs of when you're talking to someone versus defining the relationship, I feel like that's that time for that gray area of,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to say, do you really love me? Do you really have feelings for me? Or not? Because I can go.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
need to know, are you serious about me or not? But
hmm
I need to know now. I need you to say the word on what's
Yeah,
going
exactly. So it's just let me know one way or another. That's really what this song is like, because it's it definitely is a very hopeless romantic type song. And there's some references to other songs that I really wanted to tribute to some of the things that I grew up listening to, and when you hear the song, you'll know where it's from. But it's
Oh,
just
what? Well, explain
So,
that to
so I referenced in
more in
this
depth
song
with us. Yeah.
one of my favorite guilty pleasures as a musician, which is the Spice Girls. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, this song is very much tributed to that song. So if you when you hear it, you'll understand where it comes from because it's a very popular like phrase in there. But yeah, I listened to
Oh, is it the Tell Me What You Want song? Is that
no, this
that's the
is
only
it.
Spice Girls song I really is that even a Spice
Well,
Girls
this
song?
I don't know what song you're
I'll
talking
tell
about.
you
Oh no, you're
what
talking
I
about
really would.
"Wannabe." No, oh God, no, that's not
No,
the
it's
song.
not.
No,
I
this
have
song,
no knowledge of the Spice Girls
this
song
song is
music.
called the song that I've got the reference called is called "Say You'll Be There." Okay,
Okay.
so it has similar context, but it's different. It's not the same. So
Okay.
when I produced this song, I produced this song with the reason of I was I was in between engineers because my engineer who has done most of this album was changing from his studio to his home studio. And so I didn't have anybody to go to record. Found somebody new, and so I wanted to create a song that sounded completely different from anything I'd done before.
Hmm.
And so I wanted to go to him, and he did this song. His name is Trey Berry. He was the engineer of this song. He did a great job, and we kind of had really good chemistry. But I wanted to create something completely new for him. I didn't want to go and record stuff that I had already produced because I was kind of saving that for my engineer when he came back. But
Okay.
yeah, we did this song. I did this song with him, and then he did a great job. So yeah, I kind of changed the mode on this and used some inspiration to create the song, and then I fell in love with it. So
Yeah, it was done really well. So
thank
shout
you.
out to him. And then we have All Under Me,
Oh
which
my God, I love this song
it's
so
gonna be a
much.
fun song for the
Yeah,
folks. It's gonna be a fun song.
yeah.
It's originally covered, which I thought it was originally covered by Ella Fitzgerald, but then you set me straight and said Duke Ellington.
Duke Ellington is yeah, well, so she did sing a version of the song, but
Okay.
this song is a tribute to an old jazz standard, which is "It Don't Mean a Thing."
There's something else that makes this tune complete. Yes, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Hmm.
Okay. But it's in public domain now. So meaning, it's just how it's been out for so long. And it's an amazing modern take on it. That song originally is I mean Duke Ellington wrote the song. That's his song. And then my version comes from the Duke Ellington and what's his name? Louis Armstrong version.
Okay.
Very jazzy, very, so it has a lot of hits. And so if you listen to the elements of it and the musical portions of it, it has elements of that, has elements of Ray Charles with the Hit the Road Jack. Like there's certain things that I use just because I'm really sucker. Anybody knows me as I'm an instrumentalist. I play 6 different instruments, so I'm a sucker for musicianship. And when I did this song, I really wanted to do it. So it's a song that we do when we're on tour, right? We do the song, It Don't Mean a Thing.
Okay.
And I played it for years, and I just, oh my God, it's like one of my favorite parts of the show because it's so jazzy. Like, so I wanted to do it. I'm going to take on it, put some vocals on it. But the song itself, even like the song "Hit the Road Jack," it has such an attitude to it. So it's like I wanted to really use that notion of the song to create a modern take on it. And the lyrics for me, I really love these just because they're so fun. It's such a fun song, and it was, I think it's background vocal. Like I live in that mode. I love recording background vocals. I love recording background parts. It's like my favorite
Like
part of
stacking
recording.
the tracks. I think
Stacking the tracks and doing like the million different parts that I do. If you listen to my music, everybody knows that I have millions of parts in my tracks. So this is extremely fun to record. I had
yeah.
such a good time recording the song. I was in love with it from the moment I thought of it conceptually.
Definitely. You mentioned about being experimental with your music.
Mhm,
I thought this was experimental, but
mhm,
also in a great way.
mhm.
And just sampling from those artists and kind of revamping the song to what it was because they're talking about a type of music, the swing era, and different things
Mhm.
like that. And
Yeah.
you kind of made this whole song into what you were going through, maybe in a relationship or someone else, as far
Yeah.
as we all relate to this, is after the infatuation
Exactly.
stage. After the infatuation stage, you don't want your significant other to be under you all the time. You know what I mean?
Not all the time.
You
How
need
how how am I going to enjoy anything if I don't have a break? You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like there has to be a break.
You
There's just
gotta
no
make me want to miss you.
exactly.
So,
So it's that thing really because I'm very much so an individualist. Like I'm very much into my individuality, even in a relationship, even married, even in this. Like I have to have my own individual thing, and it wasn't necessarily about my relationship because we do have our own individual, notes. But it was very much so just speaking on like I'm not into cleanliness. I'm just that's not my thing. So
hmm
um it was personal in the ways of like this is something I would write about, not necessarily going through. But yeah, I liked it because it's like I said, it has so much fucking attitude to it. Like it's just a great song. And I wrote it with an intention of performing it live because I just think it's gonna be such a fun song to do. And I think people really, really appreciate it for what it is because I don't hear anything like this in anybody's music. Like,
Yeah. But
yeah,
it's super relatable. We
yeah,
all went through this before,
yeah,
so
exactly. So yeah, I wanted it to kind of bring my elements of like instrumentation and jazz and like musicianship to the table, but I wanted to bring the relatable modern lyrics to the table to kind of just blend that nice little stew, make a song, and yeah, I think that's kind of where it came from.
no, this is you definitely did that, and that was so smart to do this song. So
Thank you, I appreciate
yes.
it.
We get to another long single after this that's been
Hmm.
around since 2023 or earlier than
No,
that.
way earlier.
2020?
Yeah,
2020?
2020.
You trying
This
to do
came out
that
COVID. This
Cardi
was
B effect, huh? They
a
trying to do
this
that
is a
trick.
COVID song.
Get those strings up. No.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I would have loved to not put this song on the album. Fans would have loved that because the song is so popular. It was for a
Yeah, no,
long
we
time.
love dreams. We love
Yeah, it
dreams.
was my most popular song for a long time. So it was I had to put it on the album just because I perform it every time, just because people like they hear stuff and they like stuff. They love the new stuff too, but they're like, okay, so where was dreams? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hmm
why didn't you do that song? So
Why
yeah, I
did you
included
put dreams here on the album, you think?
so the run of this Dreams is basically the first song on side B, which is
Okay.
the attitude side.
hmm
I think it sits exactly where it's supposed to be. It's kind of like if you were to start, like I say, if you just, oh my God, I'm so eager to pull out this vinyl out of the package and you turned it around on B side first and didn't listen to A side yet. it's a good album starter too. It almost opens up, and it's like a good. It's another opener.
Yes,
So
I honestly, I'm happy you said that because I
yeah,
this was another suggestion I would have for this
to put
opening of
Dreams
the
first,
album.
right?
But as long as it's opening somewhere, even if it's
Yeah.
on B side, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
that's the ideal. So it opens up the attitude side of the album. And yeah, it's just like if I anytime I do a concert or something, it's usually one of the first songs I do, just because it's like such a good song. I do love this song. I have a hate love relationship with the song because it was never meant to be my number one song. It was
Mm,
never meant to be that. When I did it, it was during COVID. There was a lot of things that come out, a lot more modern stuff. This is my first take on like a modern thing because I have a whole SoundCloud era, right? I have a whole
hmm
SoundCloud thing, and I created a lot of songs that did really well there. That's kind of where I started. And once I started producing, like releasing things on all platforms, Streams was one of the first things that I did, and it was one of the more modern things I did. And everybody loved it. Oh my God, it was just such a big song for me. So it was like where really people started taking me serious, but I didn't want that to be my identity. And it was for so long. So I have to appreciate it because it is my song. I did write it and I love it. But it came out of left field of how popular this song got.
mm.
So
Sometimes it
that's
happens that
it
way.
happens that way. Like it's not my favorite song by any stretch of the word. But I love the song because of what it's done for my career. So
Okay, that's what's
yeah.
up. Well, I'm definitely happy, like to all those other listeners, that you included on your debut album.
Yeah, for sure.
Candy Coated. And
Okay.
just let me start. Just looking at the title for this, I
Hmm.
did not expect the content to represent this song.
Right.
Like, I did not expect the content to be associated with this title of the song. Because
Hmm.
when I think Candy Coated, I'm thinking like Candy Coated Kisses. Like this is gonna
Hmm.
be a lovey-dovey song. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
No.
but no, it's
Not at all.
you once again, you showed your adulthood through this
Yes, I
song. You
did.
want to break that down more?
Yes. So this song I like because again it is very deceiving by name.
You were pissed off
Um
at somebody writing this.
I yeah, this song was me going in, and I appreciate it because it gives the elements. First, let's talk about production wise. I love the song. It has Latin chords to it. It has a jazzy feel kind of thing. It's very mid tempo. It has live horns in it. Like there's a lot of things I loved about the production of this song. Very electronic, and jazz is very almost lo-fi kind of if you want to give it a thing, but the vocals are not like that.
Hmm
So what I really love about this song is it is the embodiment of the attitude side, right? Like this song is me going in on somebody and like calling their bluff, calling them out for what it is. Talking about Candy Coated for this song is really talking about like you coat all your bull with like making it sound sweet, but I see through it. Like
hmm
I'm not here for it. I'm not living for it. You know what I'm saying? The first line that opens up this song is it just starts off right. It says, "You can be such an ass." That's literally the first line of the song. So it's just basically seeing through somebody's ways of trying to smooth over all their toxic things and toxic traits that they have. People say things to you and try to smooth it over. They lie, they do shady things, and this is calling all that out. Basically, the song is saying, it's all this stuff is candy coated. I'm on a diet, and it's time to cut you out of my life.
mm.
That's what this song is about. So,
No respect to it, and
mhm.
it's like that sometimes.
Yeah.
No, so I'm happy you had a track on there that
Hmm.
fully dives into that side of yeah. Sometimes you gotta cut people out of your life.
Yeah.
I love the instruments that you include on this record. Very
Hmm.
like you said, definitely you can definitely see the difference on these sides of the
Hmm.
album, and this fully showcases that.
Yeah, one of my favorite productions, definitely one of my favorite songs to produce. When I first produced it, there's a couple things that I'm going to do in the future. I'm going to just drop a little thing, but I'm going to release some of the songs as instrumentals, just so people can get
Okay.
into them, and I'm going to release some songs as acapellas. People can get into it because this song specifically has the most parts of any song I've ever recorded. My engineer was like, I was putting in the work like
hmm
on this song. I
Yeah, I
stacked
can tell.
so many vocals on this song. And anybody who's into that, like you'll understand when you go listen to it, especially when I release the acapellas. It is intense. I stacked so many vocals, so there's certain things that you won't even hear because they're so close.
Hmm.
But when I break it down, you listen to the instrumental itself, and you listen to it. Thing I think you can really appreciate the three elements that come with the lead vocals, and the lyrics, and then the instrumentals and the production. So yeah, I really love this song for the reasons of it's super experimental. I
Hmm.
don't know anybody who has a song that sounds like this. I don't know any song that sounds like
Hmm.
this song. There's some Easter eggs too.
Yeah.
If you're listening to the background vocals, but I will let the people call that out for when they hear it themselves. So I'm
Okay.
not gonna
Okay.
drop them. So I'm just gonna let people. I want people to hear. If you are in tune to music, especially if there's any of my instrumentalist people who hear things, you'll know where some of this stuff comes from when you hear it.
I
So
definitely think this is gonna be a record you go back and when you listen to it, you're gonna discover something new every time you listen
yeah,
to it.
yeah. There's a lot of parts. Even me, I was like, God, I did that. Like I was listening to the breakdown of it because it is so many parts. Like it really is borderline too many. But yeah, it was cool because the way I wanted to stack this is I wanted everything to be so rich and full to get this point across. You know what I'm saying? Like it wanted to sound like it was an army of people on my side with this concept. So that's why the vocals are so heavy. The
Hmm.
background vocals are so heavy. It sounds like almost like a choir behind it because it's just big. But yeah, I love it. I love this track
No,
so
it
much.
was fire, friend. And
Thank you.
yeah, definitely this is the attitude you were talking
Yeah,
about.
this is the epitome of the attitude side. That you wanted to know. This is what the attitude is. That's who got it right there.
Talking
Hmm.
about more experimental records, My
Hmm.
Reality, I think this is the most experimental. Like the
Yeah.
sounds, it's all about the instruments and the sounds to me for
Yeah.
this.
Step in my whirlwind, I'm on center stage at 5. I reign supreme because it's my reality. Live in my rhythm, flowing like the stream. It goes my way forever cause it's my reality.
Very
Yeah.
futuristic. I
Hmm.
love this record as well for that fact.
Yeah, this song is my favorite thing I ever produced. So I will say production wise, I love it so much because it's upbeat. It's the first upbeat song on the record. I mean, on the album, and it has a lot of attitude. I love the writing of it because I was really the song really kind of embodies what I feel like, and it's a play on, it's like the play on me being part of reality shows.
Okay.
It's a play on people being delusional when they're part of these
Oh,
reality
not you
shows.
throwing shots.
The reality stars sometimes be a little delusional. We like to overinflate, your statuses and things. But I appreciate that because you have to be your own brand. So like this
Mm,
this song is very in like inducive of that. Like the song is basically saying I am the king of the world in my reality, and that's really
mm.
all that matters.
It is
Like
all that matters.
my but as far as production wise, if I want to break this down, the song production wise was not originally my song. So I originally produced this for another artist. And they listened to it and they were like, they couldn't figure out the intricacies of it. It was too much for them, right?
Hmm.
And they were trying to figure out where to go vocally with it. And it was just a lot because they laid out a pen like a prompt of how I should lay this out. They wanted this, they wanted a key change, they wanted all these things. So I was like, oh, okay. So I did that. And then they were like, I'm not going to be able to do anything with this. So then I was almost like, yes, because I love the way I did this song. I'm like, I get to keep it for myself. So then I wrote to it. And it just, I fell in love with the song so much. The bridge of the song is one of my favorite things I've ever done, just because it's
Just going
so,
back to this real quick, do
yeah,
you want to name which artist that was who had
no,
this song originally?
no, I'm not
Oh,
gonna do
fun.
that.
Okay.
No, it's me and this person do not get along anymore, so that's why I'm just not gonna.
Ooh.
They don't get my platform, but either way,
Was it Trey?
it was not. Why would you say that?
I
Like,
just asked the
no,
question.
no, that's not. It wasn't him.
All right.
Anyway,
Back to the bridge.
I I put a lot of things into like the nature of all this and how it goes, and it was like the way I bled it. Like there's so many things that you really got to be. It's hard to explain if you're not a musician, but the parts spread and come together and do all these things that I love in music, and
Hmm.
it's really unique. So I really like in tune my vocals to what the track had going on already, since the track was already done. So I think it's one out of two or three songs that I had the track for before I wrote the lyrics. It's typically I write the lyrics first before I build the track. But this song I had the track first. So when I wrote it, yeah, I was just like, oh, about to just talk about me. And yeah, it's a little cliche, you know what I'm saying, in the way that the writing is, but I wanted it to be that way. You know, like when the bridge says, like there's a portion that says, at the top I sit, I am your king, and they all bow to me, right? I love that so much.
Mm.
Like literally, I don't know why, but it's a good delusional.
You're really in
Like,
your Beyonce self-title bag.
hello,
Like
I wanted to be in my era of like, yes, I feel
you
like a superhero
said,
when
you took
when
some
I do
time
this
off.
song.
You're not
I
his little wife. You're not, you back.
exactly. Like I
Bow
feel like
down.
I truly feel like a superhero when I do this song. So that's what I love about it.
Okay, no, I
Yeah.
feel you. You're spitting your stuff on
Mhm.
this.
Share it with my band really big and all the things
Yeah.
and all the things, the breakdowns, the live versions. We're gonna get into it. So
No, it's
check me.
gonna be fire. I can't wait for you. What, speaking of that, when do you feel like you're gonna, or what does a tour look for, like for you with this album?
I just want to go. I want to do an inner city thing. You know, like
Okay.
I'm gonna go kind of promote it, but I'm very big on like I don't want to just go to somebody saying, "Oh, hey, they're having a artist or showcase at this club, and here's a DJ," and you know, like I don't want to do that. I want it to be planned out a little bit better. Not necessarily saying I have to be my own like bill without any other artists, but I need to be able to bring my elements. I need to be able to
Hmm.
bring my band. I need to be able to do all the things. Like I don't want a 5 minute set. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't tell my story that way. So I'm planning some things on my own with my own showcase that everybody knows. I have my own showcase called The Standard. So I'm planning on bringing that back. I plan on just kind of going and promoting this album the best way I can, but I want people to get the quality of it.
All right. We definitely have to play a little bit of this next one, and that's
Mhm.
Spin the Block. So
Yo, yeah,
yeah,
spin the block.
I want my viewers to definitely hear this one, and
Okay.
yeah, let's listen to it real quick.
Hmm.
You can't be mine. Spin the block tonight. I kiss you, you hold me tight. Can we spin the block tonight? No, you can't be mine. Can we spin the block tonight?
All right. Um, it's not my favorite. Like I
Hmm.
told you, Mike, number one on my list is Say the Word,
Okay.
but this is definitely in the top three, and it's not
Hmm.
number three. Uh, I
Okay.
love Spin the Block, and I
Yeah.
really like. I was discussing with you earlier
Hmm.
that I see some records off this album going the distance, and I definitely
Hmm.
feel like this is going to be one of them.
Hmm. This is probably my most R&B-esque sounding song. Like this is very like the epitome of R&B. I love this song. I really enjoyed creating this song and just all the elements of it really scream cohesiveness and like I think that it is extremely relatable. Probably my most relatable track on the album, in my opinion. Just yeah, this song really speaks to I think something that a lot of people go through for real. This is one of those songs that's like, yeah, this is every for everybody's song for sure.
No, that
Yeah.
it's like you said, it's super relatable. Just we all go through that situation
Hmm.
where it's if you're either getting out of something that you know isn't healthy for you, or you just know you don't see a future for it. You
Hmm.
have those moments where you you just have the moment and the urge to spin the block.
Hmm.
I know Valentine's Day coming up. That might be one of the times people contemplate on
It's
spinning the
always
block.
cuffing season when it's cold. Everybody wants to do that. That's what it is. You find any and everybody available, and it's
You, you're
just like
look
this,
you're looking
that.
for comfortability,
Yeah.
something you are used to, and it's a little bit of complacency as well involved in that. But
Yeah.
you have those moments of weaknesses. I even like when you mentioned in part of the song, and you said, and it's like kind of the hook. You said, "I kiss you, you hold me. It's in
Hmm.
the past. Can we spin the block tonight?"
Hmm. Yeah.
But just I really understand with like that lyric. It's
Hmm.
just you. It's just you're in that moment. You might be hanging out, or you might see them out, and you go
Hmm.
over and y'all speak and this and that, and you might kiss here, someone holding you there. You forget about everything that happened in your past. Just like
Hmm.
make this moment about tonight.
Exactly. Yeah. it's a very about today. It's a very about right now. Like you just, it feels like things that, sometimes these situations get overcomplicated and a lot of times you just want to feel something right then and there. So that's what this song is really about. It's like, yo, as complicated as things that can be, because my favorite lyric of the song where it says, "I know why you can't be mine," right? That's the like definitive part of the song. We know why this doesn't work, but saying like we're
Exactly.
gonna forget all that for right now. Like it's just saying like, okay, cool. I know exactly why like this won't become more than just about today. But for today, we're gonna act like as if everything is fine. So it's just like that song itself really, really gives me, elements. And then I just love the running theme. Like if you listen to the song without lyrics, even if you let's just say if you didn't speak English, you could hear the way that the song kind of goes. It's
Hmm.
a very pleading type song, and it has a melody that kind of traps you. It's a trapping melody, and that's why I did it intentionally, just because it's very R&B. That's what R&B does.
Hmm. It
Uh,
kind of
uh,
repeats that melody and
yeah, it's a running theme of the
repetitive.
song, and it's just you hear it and it just moves. Like even the music moves with the melody. Like it's all those things make kind of put into one, create a recipe for like a really good solid track. I love this song. One of my favorite songs for sure. That's why I wanted to put it at the end. I had to spread
Hmm.
my favorites around
Yeah,
throughout.
it
Yeah.
was a good callback to get you reinvested back into the rest
Hmm.
of the project.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so I love this song so much. It good. I was very happy to do this song, and
This
when it fell into this that mode, when I was writing it, I was like, oh wow, I kept like being inspired by the way the song was coming together. So
Yeah, I'm excited for people to hear this.
yeah,
I wanted to get on the charts, friend. Like I wanted to be on Billboard because I really think it's one of that
awesome.
song that's super relatable. It's a
Yeah,
good song, like
yeah,
sonically, like you said.
hmm,
And it's I can see it going. I can see
yeah,
it going off for you.
yeah.
I want
Agreed.
to. I know it's gonna be a single. We're gonna start
Okay.
there. Can
Uh,
we?
we'll see.
Okay. Can we expect a video from it? Is what I want to know.
May I have to decide. So me and videos are just like we're not always the best of friends, just because I really like the art to speak for itself. But this song specifically, we're gonna figure something out for this. There's a couple songs that I want to do some things to. So this is definitely in the front running considerations for a video. So
Do
yes.
you have an idea if you were to do a video, what that video would look like, how you would set it up?
I always want my videos to be somewhat performative. So yes, in a way, I do have an idea, but I want to see what the people say first. Like I want to feel like I want the feedback to kind of come a little bit. That's why the videos help reinvent certain things. I know you can kind of push your songs with the videos, but I've released videos after the track has been out for a minute. For instance, Dreams, my song Dreams. Um, has a video months after it came out, and it did well. My song that's not on this album, one of my first singles, one of my old favorite songs, "He's Gonna Love You," had a video out afterwards, and it did well. So it's like I think that once the feedback comes in and there's a demand for it, then yeah, I'll fulfill that demand for sure.
Okay, bet. Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all know what this means. Y'all better stream the heck out of Spin the Block.
Right.
And I mean it. I mean it for real.
Yeah, y'all better do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good song. I think everybody's gonna like this song, and I think that this is one of the songs I kind of kept as like a secret weapon in my back pocket because I could have released it as a single. I could have done that. It could have
Hmm.
already been out, but I wanted to wait. I wanted to for the cohesiveness. If you listen to the album, which is why I don't want to make the album super long, you know,
Hmm.
so people can kind of get into things. I don't want people to skip something. This song for real is like a good way to kind of finish and close the ending portion of the album out. So,
Yeah. Okay. And speaking of the ending, the
mhm.
last track on your album, but
Yes.
it has been, one of those long-term singles again, but it
Yep.
still bangs, it still
Yeah.
slaps. And I'm actually
hmm
happy you did the club mix on this with Feelings.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what way to end the album? It's just basically have a dance party.
Yeah. Literally, it's my most popular song. So it's my number one song.
Hmm.
It's a song that has thousands and thousands of streams. So I
Oh, and
absolutely
about your streams, I
yes.
realized when
hmm
getting ready for this interview, you have over 200,000 streams.
Yes, I do have.
So
I have
that is
200,000
a
streams. Yes,
great feat.
yes, I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, with between my entrance of my career and now I have a lot. I have a lot of streams. So this song, like specifically, was there's an original version of the song which I still have out. I was considering pulling it, but I'm not going to do that. So I recreated it and it just blew up. Oh my God, it blew up. So yeah, this song specifically has done so good and it feels good. I love it. It sounds like you're at a music festival. It's a very good party
Hmm.
song. Anytime I do my shows, I usually include this song just because it's a good feel. But yeah, I wanted to end the song on a bang. It's another upbeat song. I wanted to finish it with that. Another thing I think I could not include, I couldn't exclude from the album just because
Hmm.
it's so popular.
Yeah, it
And
represents your career and
it represents my career. These are milestones. So like the things I wanted to do, I wanted to create an album at first, like when I was trying to decide on the sequencing. I wanted to put an album of all new songs out and things, but I had put out so many singles and a lot of them had hit so well. And I'm just like, this is a way to introduce it in bulk with alongside of some of these other heavy hitters that I newly recorded. And for an audience who hasn't heard my music yet, this is new to them. So I think that I had to include a lot of this stuff. But yeah, I love feelings. One of my favorite productions is this club mix, probably number two to my reality. Yeah, I was just in a mode and I wanted to remix one of my own songs and I did it and it turned out so good. This song like really kind of just landed where it was supposed to and
hmm
everybody loves this song. So yeah, I was like, let me definitely close the album out with this.
I think this is, especially for the album release party, this
hmm
is going to be the perfect way to end it because then you could like
hmm
break out into a dance because this album
Yeah.
it really takes you on an emotional journey.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah, I
And you can
agree.
walk away feeling whatever emotions you might have been feeling previously throughout the album. This is like you can release that through
hmm
this song. So
Yeah, it's a fun track, and I think everybody will get into it. When you hear this stuff live, whether you're at the release or whether you're not at the release, it comes with a lot. If you listen to it, this is why I've always encouraged my people to listen to the album in totality, like listen to the
hmm
whole thing. That's why I don't want to make it too long. Like my album has 11 songs on it. It's
40 minutes long,
40
yeah.
minutes long. It's not too long. So I think if you listen to it as it comes and listen to it in headphones, get the full experience, get you a drink, listen to it, and you'll understand exactly where I was going with it and the way they closes things out. You'll hear all the intricacies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a good thing for people to enjoy, whether or not you're a fan of any specific genre. That's why I kind of bet the genres in a lot of these songs.
hmm
So this is a good way to land, and it's a great finisher. Very proud of the work I put into this. It took a lot of work. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
It's very time consuming. It's very stressful. It's a whole thing when you're creating an entire body of work. But yeah, I don't regret any part of this journey at all. And I'm very, very happy that it's finally here.
Hmm.
It's been a long time, long, long time. So very excited that this is I'm able to share this with everybody.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. Congratulations once
Thank you.
again,
Thank
completing
you.
this project.
I appreciate
Honestly,
it.
I know we started talking about it maybe over a year ago at this point,
Yeah, we talked
and
about it a while ago. Yeah.
but you wrapped it up. I'm happy to like be in the studio for you with some of the records when you're
hmm
finishing it.
hmm
And I can definitely say like I'm proud of you and I know you put like the blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Thank
So
you.
you deserve success from it for real.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
I want everybody to be able to enjoy it for what it is, and success is one thing, but these projects are not only just for me. Like people can release projects and say, "Oh, I just did this for me." Yeah, that's not true because if that's the case,
Mm,
we don't have to release it. So, it's I want everybody to enjoy it, like I really do, and I think that I finally got away. And trust me, I promise y'all, I'm not going to take this long to record another album. I promise I have so many things that I want to tell y'all and expose about what's coming up, but we're going to just wait. So take
yeah.
this journey with me,
Yeah.
follow me, and come along on this journey. It's not going to be a long time. I'm here. I'm going to say I'm back finally, and I'm not going anywhere. So that's just,
Okay. Okay. That on
yes,
that.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Where can they follow you?
So everything is MayDay Muse. If you go on all your platforms that you wherever you get your music from, you can just type in MayDay Muse. So MayDay space Muse MUSE. You can find me on all platforms. Um, as much as I encourage people to stream, you can also purchase my album on iTunes when it comes out. The album will be out
Hmm.
fully January 30th. So I'm very excited about that. Please
On all
do.
platforms, Apple Music,
Apple
Spotify.
Music, Spotify, all wherever you get your music from, you can do it. And like I said, a purchase is great because not only
Hmm.
does it return the funds back to me because I make 100% of all the money that I do in the album because of my distribution, but I also it helps me be seen. Like it like
Hmm.
it moves it around. You know what I'm saying? And so if you like a song or whatever, yeah, please stream it. Of course,
Yeah.
that's always greatly appreciated. But you know
Also
what I'm saying? It
purchase.
purchase it, please, because
Support y'all local artists. Like
yes.
y'all, we're big in the community talking about we want to support our queer black artists and get them
hmm
there, get them on the level that these our counterparts, the white queer
hmm
artists are at. You gotta support, and a lot of good artists you can stream and they'll make a coin from it, but the local artists you have to purchase the music. You got to get us further along so he can you can use that money to tour with this or however you want
hmm
to present this body of work, you can do that at the best capacity because
Right.
you need the instrumentalists there and everything to give her the best experience. So
Yeah,
please
I want to put my
purchase
best
this
foot
album.
forward. Put my
Hmm.
best foot forward and create great music for you guys. And it's just like on top of the fact that I love doing this and I've been doing it for such a long time. And I'm, an expert at what I do. So I just want to make sure that not just financially, but I want people to hear it and enjoy it and continue my career, in this, throughout the next few years while I'm putting out these projects. I just want everybody to enjoy this as my debut. Technically, as a singer, I've been out for a decade, and it's has done so well for me. And I don't take anything for granted, but I want 100% for everybody to just tell me what their favorite song is. I want them to let me know what they feel, where they heard it, what it sounds best, all the things, all the
Mm.
criticism, all of the feedback. I'm excited for it. So if you can follow me on my socials, Mayday Muse, pretty much everywhere. If you type in my name, you'll see me. I've been out a long time. I'm everywhere. It's not hard to find me at all. So
Great. And the album is available. Say the magic date again.
January 30th.
January 30th. Like you
Mhm.
said, available to stream and download everywhere you find your music at. So thank you again,
Thank you. Yes.
Mayday, for
Yes. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed being able to break this down for you
gracing my
guys.
platform. And
Yes.
yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like I said, your platform it has really been able to give people a voice, and it's a great platform for people to express themselves as artists, as entertainers, as entrepreneurs. So just support myself, support Andre, support this platform. And yeah, we're going to continue to move forward from here. Let's go.
All right. So live from the digital stream today.
Let's go.
I'm Andre Akeem. This has been MayDay Muse. Thank you for parlaying with us.